What's going on, guys? Welcome to Good News. This is where I tell you all about the action figure news happening in the world today. But that's not all. If you want to hear about movies, video games, comic books, pro wrestling, and all points in between, you can go over to my sister channel, Model-Behaviour Extra, and watch the Daily Bungle, where I will tell you all about all the other news happening in the world. However, right now, this is the place to be for action figures, so let's talk about them. Dreadnought, Gnawhide with Pork Belly, and Yobo. I had to just say those names before I forgot them with my goldfish memory. This is what Hasbro are going to be bringing out next in their 1/12 scale G.I. Joe Classifieds line, and dang it, I don't collect these anymore because I got a whole bunch of G.I. Joe Classified figures, and then I was like, this line is just continuing to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't have the money in the space, so I stopped. And every time they reveal something new, I'm like, they do look so good. And they really put Marvel Legends to shame with the sculpting, the tooling, the work, the accessories, everything that goes into these figures looks so good. And I love the Dreadnoks side of G.I. Joe because I'm not like military stuff, it doesn't really do so much for me, but crazy, wacky, unusual, comic booky sort of characters, yeah, and that's what the Dreadnoks are. Every time I see a new edition, looks really, really cool. This guy's no exception. It's just the render at the moment, but it's enough to get the blood pumping, and all, the fact that he comes with the 2 pets as well and all the extra stuff. Yeah, this guy looks wicked. And joining him is Agent Kim Jinx Arashikage. I think that's the right name. It's a badass looking ninja lady. Just Hasbro, you're killing me here. Again, just more accessories, more great stuff. And the handy thing is with this line, once you've made one ninja with a whole bunch of weapons, well, boom, you got a whole bunch of weapons for all your other ninja figures as well. So this one is coming locked, stocked, and loaded with all the different great things you would expect with G.I. Joe figures. I love the line, man. It's crazy that I love the line. I don't even collect it, and I still love it, but I just love seeing what they do. And then, like, slapping Marvel Legends over the head and going, why can't you be more like that? Because this is how we do it. So pretty, man. She looks wicked. And not stopping there, with the ninjas, we're also getting a Cobra Night Creeper figure. And yeah, again, just more of the same. I'm not even gonna waste your time telling you the same thing again. Amazing looking accessories. I know it's just a render, but you know what we found over the last few years? The reality tends to live up to the renders with G.I. Joe figures. It's not like we see a render and go like, man, this doesn't look like that. No, they do. You know what to expect. This looks like another cool army building character. That's the thing, like every other G.I. Joe character is an army builder. So man, if you're gonna bankrupt yourself so quickly with these, but honestly, if you're gonna fritter away your money, what better way to do it? Then we got Tiger Force, Tripwire, and Roadblock. And yeah, just look again. And Roadblock has had a few figures now. He's quite popular. He's had his original version, his more realistic version. There was an exclusive, and now we're getting Tiger Force. So we got this 2-pack, which, I mean, does it need to be a 2-pack? It's not often that G.I. Joe do 2-packs. We've had a few. We got the ninjas and a couple of others, but these are 2 sort of separate characters that don't necessarily go together, or do they? You big hardcore G.I. Joe fans, are these guys like a classic team? Are they like Iron Fist and Moon Knight? I don't know. What I do know is it's more G.I. Joe goodness, more accessories than you can shake a stick at. And don't worry if you don't have a stick, I'm pretty sure one of these characters comes with one. Multiple sticks and a backpack to put them all in, because that's what the Hasbro G.I. Joe line does. Just figures with everything. If they were a pizza, they'd be a... What's the name of the pizza that has everything? Supreme! Is it a Supreme pizza? I should really plan out my analogies better. There'd be a pizza with everything. Super 7 have released a whole bunch of teasers for their upcoming projects. I'm gonna have to cheat here just so that I get them all right. We've got promo images which are just titles for Kull the Conqueror, Conan the Barbarian, alright, we've got American Psycho, so probably going to be getting a Patrick Bateman figure, Frosty the Snowman, that's what it says, Super 7 Thin Lizzy, so going back to the music genres and keeping with that, we're going to get Spinal Tap as well. I'm a huge Spinal Tap fan, so that'll be kind of fun to see those. Hopefully one of the figures will come with an amplifier that goes up to 11, because 11 is one higher than 10. If you haven't seen Spinal Tap, go watch This Is Spinal Tap. Great, great mockumentary movie. So yeah, more goodness coming from Super 7. Tunshi Studios have shown off this 1/12 Samurai Showdown figure. And yeah, this is a beautiful samurai man. I haven't played Samurai Showdown. I'm very familiar with it. I know that's part of the zeitgeist, but I don't know any characters or anything. But this flowing blue-haired samurai guy, yeah, it's kind of a pretty looking action figure. No word on pricing or release date yet. I'm guessing 5K Toys will probably carry this guy. He seems like their kind of thing. They like their high-end 1/12 scale figures, so I'll keep an eye out to see when he goes up for pre-order. But just looking at pictures, yeah, this looks kind of nice. Loose Collector's Werewolves are up for pre-order, and my goodness, we all thought that Veteren William was like the action figure of last year. And when I say we, I mean a lot of people. I didn't mean to include you in that. If you didn't think so, that's okay. Your opinion matters as well. But I'm the guy with the YouTube channel, so... But yeah, Veteren William kind of set the standard for Wolfman figures. So Loose Collector went, it's nice. It's a nice Wolfman figure you got there. Hold my beer. This is a monster, legit. I mean, you look at the size of this thing. It's huge. Some people might say, ooh, it's too big. Well, yeah, you just have no love in your heart, don't you? What's the matter? Can't handle it? So no, I think this looks awesome. And again, gives me huge, big bang of Darkstalkers vibe. Loose Collector, man, you can just keep going in this Darkstalkers direction. I'd be absolutely fine with that. But yeah, you got two different versions with this. You got the black one, you got the white one, and man, they both look really, really good. So yeah, I've got the Loose Collector hide. He's fantastic. I kind of sort of want to get some of the female figures as well. More on those later. Because dang it, Loose Collector kind of killing the game right now. But not to be outdone, Maestro Union are like, oh yeah, you think you can be the werewolf guy? Nah, we're not going down without a fight. Look at our Veteren William redo. We've got this lumberjack looking werewolf, and dang it, you keep yes-anding yourself. So now we've gone from the kind of Victorian looking Veteren William werewolf to this more modern chainsaw wielding. I love that. It's like, okay, are you having a bad day? Yeah, I'm having a real bad day. How bad is your day? Oh, I'm being chased by a werewolf. Oh yeah? Well, I'm being chased by a werewolf with a chainsaw. It's like, it's kind of like putting a hat on a hat to an extent. It's like, what are you scared of? It's only a werewolf. Yeah, but he's got a chainsaw. Boy, that's just a fun, ridiculous combination. I love the puffer jacket as well. The puffer woodsman going out for a ramble through the woods and like kind of look. I dig it. And it's very clever also how they've taken his gun belt that had shotgun shells in there and replaced them with like accessory tool belt type pieces. Nice little reuse there. So I love So I do like the way that they've taken the original and not just done a repaint, but fully given new accessories, a new look. It feels like a completely different figure. It's not, but it feels like it is. And to that, Maestro Union, I salute ya. Nendroid, who seem to just specialize in cute figures, are going right into that genre with their Minion figure. And yeah, this little bug is kind of adorable. I do like the regal crown and cape kind of look. That's sort of fun. I'm not a big, what's his name? Gru, Despicable Me, that's the one. Haven't seen any of those movies, but I can tell you that in Japan, they love Minions. Oh my goodness. Universal Studios are dominated by Minions. They're sort of the theme park mascot over here. So there's a lot of love for these. And I imagine Good Smile Company, they'll probably be selling a lot of them in this country. And yeah, these look kind of fun. Not really my sort of thing. You know, I'm a sophisticated action figure collector. But for those of you who like the cutesy stuff, well, these look pretty cute. DLX 30 Iron Man from Endgame. Ah, man, what do I say? The whole time, I need to make like a Dave AI algorithm that can just regurgitate the same information when I'm talking about companies, because when I'm talking about DLX, what do I say? They're freaking gorgeous, and they seem to just specialize in mechanical, robotic type figures. Their Transformers line, So beautiful. And Iron Man is going to follow the same kind of pattern of this metallic looking character that tessellates with all the joints so nicely. This isn't my favorite look of Iron Man. I felt that by the time Avengers got to Endgame, which is what this costume is, the Iron Man armor was too sleek. You know, it was all nanotech, so it was like he was wearing a morph suit. I want more of a chunky sort of Iron Man. But if you want to represent Tony Stark in his final appearance in the MCU, Still can't believe we don't have Iron Man in the MCU. That's a rant for another time. Or Captain America. Man, it kind of fell off after Endgame, didn't it? Nonetheless, though, this is a nice looking figure. Going to be up for pre-order 7th of February, so yeah, go get him if you want him. Yu-Jin from Infinite Borders and 303 Toys. These two companies are combining to make this Chinese warrior. I want to say. I couldn't really understand a lot of the text that accompanied these pictures, but I can just show you these pictures and tell you that this is a 1/12 scale figure, which comes with a 1/12 scale horse, and my goodness, they do look very pretty. So I'm still learning about all these different companies that are based in China and overseas, and sometimes the information coming out from them is a little bit nebulous, but I can look at the pretty pictures and say, golly, these look pretty. And then places like 5K Toys and Ami Ami and Gundam, they tend to carry these different figures. So I just want to look at them and go, yeah, you know what? Even if you're not going for an entirely historical kind of toy collection, you can just put these guys, again, in with your Mythic Legions, in with your D&D characters, any kind of sword and sorcery, barbarian, battle armor type collection. Gonna look nice, man. Gonna look real nice. This is a good looking figure, but again, never had anything from these companies in hand, so I can't tell you if the quality is good, bad, or indifferent. It looks nice, and honestly, I'd be intrigued to find out if they are nice. Speaking of DLX doing robot characters, they've just shown these images of their Mega Man figure. Jada Toys just kind of set a beautiful standard for a 1/12 Mega Man, and now DLX are going, okay, we're going to just do it nice, a little bit more zhuzhed up. Let's just raise the price a bit, but also raise the quality too. I'm assuming, because that's what DLX do. It's a little bit more expensive, but you get what you pay for. This Mega Man looks beautifully realized. I kind of want the Jada one, but I feel like if I get that, then I'm really going into the Marvel vs. Capcom rabbit hole, and I don't mind that at all. I kind of want to start building that display. And Mega Man, he's going to be an easy one to get now, whether it's Jada or DLX, whatever flavor you want to go for. Very pretty. Yeah, the blue robot boy, this is a good year for him. And DLX are being busy boys. They're also doing Optimus Primal from Transformers Rise of the Beasts. I thought that this design, it's so monotone. It's a shame. I would have liked a much more colorful version of this character. Maybe they would do a repaint, because DLX do love their repaints as well. They've done Prime and Ultra Magnus and Shattered Glass Prime, and they got different versions of Megatron, comic book style, Generation 2. So come on, give us a proper Beast Wars colored Optimus Primal, because the physical design is wicked. It's just, it's like the RoboCop remake, where they took the cool looking RoboCop and then made him all black. And it's like, well, that's just not very interesting. So if they redid this, I'm just talking about this new figure and already saying, I want a different version of it. But just think if they did, with the metallic blues and red and the gray and brown fur. You see that? That would be a figure I wouldn't mind having on my shelf. In the meantime, this one, he looks nice as well. Chogokin have shown more pre-renders of their Infinity War Iron Spider. Had to think, what am I talking about here? Now, this initially got me very excited when I saw the image, because I was like, oh, it's their Superior Spider-Man. No, it's not. But it's giving us a better idea of what their Superior Spider-Man will look like. The thing is, though, still haven't seen any of these painted yet. That's the thing. We got these renders, and actually we saw the physical thing on display at a toy fair about 6 months ago, but they were still unpainted. And until I see these things painted and on display and looking like proper action figures, I'm going to reserve my judgment. But I'm just saying that if Chogokin do a Superior Spider-Man in this style like they're doing the Infinity War Spider-Man with all the extra accessories and just bringing Dr. Octopus to life in Peter Parker's body, if Marvel Legends won't do it, then fine. we'll do it ourselves, or at least Modo King will. So yeah, this is just a little bit of extra excitement to hopefully get the juices flowing, because dang it, I want that Superior Spider-Man. In the meantime though, the Infinity War one, he looks kind of nice too. Joy Toy have shown off their Shakush light armor unit. Joy Toy are always just quietly making amazing looking figures, whether it's Warhammer or their kind of mech army sort of line. It's never something that really jumps out at me because it's all 1/18th kind of scale. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I got to have this on my shelf. But whenever you look at what they're doing, they just look gorgeous. Like they genuinely do. So I got to give credit where credit is due. The mechs look fantastic. And also, I like mechs because they can be any size, they can be any scale. So something that's 1/18th scale and is meant to be a huge big mech, well, you could just put it in your 1/12 collection and it's like a normal C-3PO type robot. I don't know, I'm just spitballing because honestly, I want to give myself reasons to maybe buy one of these because they just look so much fun. So yeah, shout out to Joy Toy, always just quietly killing it in the background, and I respect that. Fresh Monkey Fiction have just shown some fun tooling videos for their Monster Force Wave 1 figures. So nothing sort of new to report, but just this is an action figure line that I've been keeping a close eye on because I love what they're doing. They essentially look like Hasbro G.I. Joe figures, but with a mystical, supernatural kind of component. And I sort of love that. And an original concept as well, the original new IP. So yeah, I got a lot of time for Fresh Monkey Fiction and what they're doing. Again, haven't ever had anything in hand from them, but just from looking at these, looking at the little tooling video and all the pictures, yeah, this could be a really good line to come out this year. I've got high hopes for these guys. Bandai are showing off their Soul of Chogokin figure. I don't know these old animes that this comes from, but my goodness, it does look quite striking, very imposing. This is going to be a big figure, and he's going to come with a big price tag. It's about 2,200 yen, which is, yeah, 22,000. 22,000 yen, not 2,200, that would be super cheap. 22,000 yen, so about 130 bucks, give or take. But big blue demon monster looking character, yeah, I dig that. I've got no nostalgic connection to it whatsoever, so it's not something that's going to get me excited. But I do like looking at pretty pictures. And these pictures, they do look pretty. Continuing to bring the heat, Loose Collector have shown off some more images of their Chaotica figure. Unpainted, but just giving you an idea of how this figure stacks up, or should I say, racks up, next to other 1/12 scale female characters. I'm sorry, that was terrible. But hey, this lady's got curves in all the right places, and that's what I want in my superhero type action figures. I don't want realistic characters. If I wanted to look at an average physique, I'd look in the mirror. So this is something that's more like, yes, this is it. Ridiculous proportions, absolutely. But then, beautifully engineered as well. Oh, well, that's where you get two different elements that, oh, they do the dance, and it looks fantastic. So Loose Collector, man, this is your video, guy. You're doing good stuff, and I'm kind of excited to get my hands on one of these because every time that I've seen, whether it was Lady Death or Red Sonja, I've always been like, maybe should I go for one of these? And I think like, nah, I gotta be conservative with my financial decisions. But this Chaotica one, this might be the one. This looks like it's going to be a really fun action figure. McFarlane are showing off all of their superpowers line, which of course are the super kitsch, campy, retro DC figures. And honestly, I actually really appreciate what they're doing. It's not for me, but I do love just how, I've said the phrases already, kitsch, campy, old school, retro, bright, colourful, just silly and fun. That's what these things are. I love the vehicles. The Brainiac skull vehicle thing, like, that's actually really cool. I dig it. Again, Professor Frink, the colors, children. It's bright, it's popping. It hits a little something. A little something here where I'm like, I don't want that, but I like it. I rag on McFarlane all the time, but occasionally I'll see something that they've done and just go, yeah, well done, lads. That looks kind of fun. Totally goofy, wacky, and silly. I don't want it, but I like what you've done. Super 7 have revealed their Baroness, Scarlet, and Lady Jane G.I. Joe figures. I showed the little preview on the last episode, and now we got the actual full reveals. And yeah, They look decent. So Super 7 are always going to be slightly bigger than your Hasbro G.I. Joes. They're more sort of stacked and not as detailed, I think, but more kind of cartoony, animated. But having said that, they're more vibrant in that case as well. Still never had a Super 7 in hand. That seems to be the comment du jour for this video. Never had this in hand, but I like the way it looks. So yeah, Super 7, they're bright and colourful. That's all I can really add to that, but there you go. Judge for yourself. This was a terribly put together segment. You know that this show is not scripted. I know. Shocking, isn't it? The Turtles of Greyskull line continues to roll on, this time with a Mossman figure that's all made with this translucent green plastic. So, of course, I'm going to like the look of it. You make anything translucent green. You could give me a court summons, and if you make it translucent, I'll be like, oh, look at this. Like, Dave, that's not a good thing. Yeah, but you hold it up to the light, and the light shines through, and it's so pretty. That's what I would say about Mossman as well. They haven't mashed him with anything, I don't think. Is he just like a more mutated version of Mossman? Oh, whatever the gimmick is, I like it. It's a pretty looking figure. Sometimes that's good enough for me. Godzilla from Higher Toys. This is the Hokkaido version. This is from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah from 1991. Oh my goodness, this is my nostalgic favorite Godzilla design. I think the coolest is actually the newest -1 version. But this version of Godzilla, when he started to make his comeback in the 80s and 90s, I really dig it. He had more sort of cat-like kind of features that made him sort of cute, but also terrifying. It's a great combination right there. And it looks like Higher Toys have really captured that. I've been looking for my quintessential Godzilla figure. This might be the one, because also the price, it's not crazy. It's gonna be about $50, and also coming out towards the end of this year, around about Q4. I'm going to keep an eye on him. I think that this is just molding all the Godzilla elements together that I really love. And Higher Toys, they're kind of known for just doing good quality, good smaller scale quality action figures. This might be a really good looking Godzilla. I'm going to keep an eye out for him. Over in Cosplay Corner, we have Nika W-U-W. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't think it matters too much. I'm not going to be meeting her in person anytime soon. And if I did, I'd probably be like, hey buddy, what's going on? Which is what I do with every human being I meet, because Dave and names, no, we don't do remembering names. So all you got to do then is just appreciate the pictures, and dang it, it's pretty easy to appreciate these pictures. So this lady, oh my goodness, each photo looks like it has been very much kind of photoshopped and edited and glossed over. Not in any kind of bad way. I'm not saying like, oh, these are just Photoshop pictures. No. I'm just saying that they've all been slightly kind of tweaked and glamorized to make look almost slightly like not real. It's like, yes, this is a real lady here, but at the same time, it's got this kind of hyper-realistic sort of comic book sort of look, like, oh wow, like if, you know, a comic book character, that's not practical. No human being looks like that, but what if a human being did look like that? Well, this is kind of what you got. And I think it's awesome. I got a lot of time for this. I mean, it looks like about, you know, nearly 500,000 people do. She's not struggling for followers, but hey, when you got content like this, that's why. I mean, dang it. If I looked as good as that, maybe I'd have 500,000. But you know what? I got you guys. It's good enough for me. I would kind of like 500,000 though. That'd be pretty sweet. What's it like, Optimus Prime? How does it feel to have 500,000 subscribers? Don't worry. I'll get there one day. In the meantime though, I'm going to talk about people who are just killing it in the game. And this lady, yeah, with these photos and these cosplays, absolutely killing it. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the stories covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you can do over on Model Behaviour Extra. Click the link in the description below. That's where I talk about all the different news of the day that's not action figure related. And gang, if you want to support the channel, then please do. You can go over to patreon.com, toss a couple of bucks my way. That really helps keep the lights on and allows me more time to make these videos rather than going and, you know, actually doing my regular job. They're going to be real upset if I get more Patreon followers. I'll just be like, hey, sorry guys, but you know, I'm making my money on YouTube now. We're not there yet, but boy, it's going to feel good when I can tell them that. Or you can get yourself a YouTube channel membership. Or don't do either of those. Just enjoy the videos, because ultimately, that's why I do it. So gang, until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. for coffee. Big time